Hari Om, pranams to all of you. Thanks, Srimati Vani, for the nice introduction. Let us think together. This is one of the most important aspects of this Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad, as we know, has got three chapters. One was Shikshavalli, chapter 2, Brahmanandavalli, third, Bhruguvalli. And Shikshavalli we have seen in depth and we have practiced. It had 12 Anuvakas. And Brahmanandavalli we have had one talk before. Today we are going to discuss the second Anuvaka. We start this program with Shanti Mantra. Sahanavotu is also a Shanti Mantra of Brahmanandavalli, and it is also the Shanti Mantra for Bhruguvalli. But Shikshavalli is different. The different Shanti Mantra is there. So we start with three Omkars, then Sahanavotu, Shuklam Bharadaram, Guru Brahma, and then we start discussing the Upanishad. Sheshivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopasantaye. Om Guru Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have seen this Taittiriya Upanishad is one of the Pradhana Upanishads. Pradhana Upanishad, an Upanishad for whom all the three acharyas, Shankara, Madhva, Ramanuja, has written commentaries. And the speciality of this Upanishad is Bhagavan's avatar, Shankaracharya ji, took this as the first Upanishad to write a commentary. So, glory of this Upanishad we can understand. And now we are taking the second chapter, Brahmanandavalli. The whole previous chapter, Shikshavalli, was how to chant the mantras. It started with Shikshavalli. Shiksham Vyakya Sayamaha. This Upanishad starts with Brahma Vida Apnodhi Param. And Bhrugu also starts like that. We have seen earlier, the focus of this Upanishad, like all the Upanishad, is one. What we would like to know, that Supreme Parab Brahman, how to realize the Atman, the spirit, the consciousness. This last class, I will just briefly go through in about 5 minutes what we have learned in the previous class of this portion, Brahmanandavalli. We have finished the first Anuvaka. And we have also discussed, there are generally in this, there are three questions Number one, what is Brahman? Number one. I hope all of us have that question. Number two, how can I know Brahman? Question number two. Third, what is meant by moksha, purnatva, para, prapti? So, in the first line you saw Brahma vidapnoti param. That is called the Sutra Vakya. The whole condensation is there. In fact, you will see all the three questions I have said. What is Brahman? How can I know Brahman? What is meant by this? They are all indicated there. Just a crisp statement. And then this is from an Yajurveda, but still here they refer to Tadesha Bhikta. So there is a mention of the Ruk mantra. And then we have got the next portion, what? That brief commentary, not very detailed, starting from Tadesha Bhikta till Brahmana Vipaschita iti. Iti means end. That is the little expansion of the first question. And later on, from Tasmadva Etasmat, from there onwards till the end of Upanishads, it is called Vyakhyana, the detailed commentary. And to understand Brahman, in the first Anuvaka, we were given a lead on how from that Supreme Parabrahman, the whole creation took place, that we saw. From that, in fact, in the beginning, there was only one. None of these things that we are seeing around was there. And this is called Srishti Prakarana. The way the entire creation took place was indicated by those slokas. Etasmat Atmanaha. How did we get the various Panchabhutas, and ultimately how did we get the Aushadhi, the Vanaspatis, and then how was the human, all the things and beings were created. And then we had a small description of a methodology to know Brahman. The Upanishad indicated. I want you to just see that. It says, Purushaha anna rasamayaha tasya shiraha, he indicated. And then he said, this you must take it, understand that you are facing east. And then he is saying what? I am Dakshina Pakshaha, I am Uttara Pakshaha. Then he says, I am Atma. And then Idam Pucham Pratishta. The whole, please understand, this was a mention of the Sthula Sharira, the grass body, like this. And why was that mentioned? On that which is out of, this is called Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya, that we know very well. We have discussed in detail. And on that, we have to superimpose, do the meditation of the Virat. It is called, because we can't comprehend the bigger one. For example, suppose you would like to salute the nation, you can't go around the country. Country is vast. But what do? We take the national flag and to that we salute. And that flag represents the whole nation. Like that. So I hope you are now visualizing the Sthula Sharira, because otherwise, today's continuity won't happen. We discussed in depth. You have to see what is that? The top, the head, and then the right portion of the body, the left portion of the body, the arm, etc. And then this portion from navel to neck without the arms, and then the bottom portion. And this is the Annamaya. Here we have also understood this Upanishad Taittiriya is famous for what is called as Panchakosha Viveka. Let us have it in mind. Very, very important. Panchakosha Viveka. What is Panchakosha? We have the 5 she's, it is called Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya and inside. Atma. Inside was mentioned. We had also understood in the last class. Inside means subtler. Subtler means more pervasive. And subtler cannot be grasped by the grasser. That was the style. That is how we had. So, here a methodology called, let us call it a staircase technique is employed. Staircase technique. And I want to know inside the Atman. But what we are going to do is, we are going to go step by step. First we will recognize Annamaya as Atma, as though it is Atma. We do the Upasana, we think of it, and then afterwards, after really going through that, we will have both the steps on that, and then slowly lift our leg to the next step, where Annamaya becomes Anatma. Then we have Pranamaya, we will take it as Atma, second step. We totally see it as Atma only. And afterwards, after fully understanding, going in depth, we will realize there is something subtler than that Manomaya. Then Pranamaya becomes Anatma and Manomaya becomes Atma. Like that, ultimately we reach the highest. Some few technologies, some few technical words we will understand and then enter into this particular shloka. We will chant the portion lead and follow, and then we will take the description. Please follow me. Annatvai praja prajayante. Please repeat. Ya kascha prithivigam stritaha Ato anne naiva jivanti Ataina dabiyantyan antataha Danabiyantyantatah Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam Tasmat sarvaushadamuchyate Sarvam vaite annavapnuvanti Ennam brahmopasate Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam Tasmat sarvaushadamuchyate Annad bhutani jayante Jatan annena vardhante Adyatetti cha bhutani Tasmadannam taduchyata iti. We will read it together. Annadvai praja prajayante yakascha prithivigam stritaha ato anne naiva jivanti ataina dabiyantyantatah Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam tasmat sarvaushadamuchyate sarvam vaitenavapnuvanti ennam brahmopasate Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam tasmat sarvaushadamuchyate annat bhutani jayante jadanyena vardhante adyate cha bhutani tasmadannam taduchyata iti. We will try to understand this little complicated. We must understand the basic difference between the two terminologies we are using is Annamaya and Annam. To understand it is like you have got an ornament, it is called Swarnamaya. Swarnamaya is a product of gold. So Annamaya is a product. Annamaya is a product of Annam. So it is called Annamaya. So that means what? What we have seen, the upasanas, Sharira and all that, that is the Annamaya Atma. That is the Annamaya Atma. Now, there, when we said Annamayam, Anna is the Karana, the cause, Annamaya is the effect. Ornament is the effect, gold is the cause. If you understand that, then waves are the effects, ocean is the karanam, the cause. So this is the karana. In fact, what is the ornament? The effect is nothing but cause in a different form. From the effect, when the cause is removed, nothing remains. If you understand this concept, every effect has a cause, let it be inside permanently. And cause, effect is nothing but cause in a different form. Number two. Number three, from the effect, if the cause is removed, nothing remains. So with that background, let us understand this Anna and the Annamayam. Annamayam is the effect, the karyam it is called. Annam is the karanam, the cause. Now here he says, Annatvai prajaha prajayante. From Anna alone, all the beings, he says, Yaha kascha prithivigam shritaha. Means what? All the things and beings that we are seeing in this earth. Second line. All the things and beings that we are seeing in the start thinking. All the things and beings that we are seeing in this world, what? They are all out of the Annam. All these are the effects. The effects. And he says, Ataha annenaiva jivanti. All these things are existing because of Annam, because of the grass. Number one, they are all born out of, number one, this is called Srishti because of Annam. Sthiti, second one, Annena eva jivanti. They are all existing because of Annam. The third, Ataidan api antyataha. In the end, also it merges back. That means, all the things and beings that we are seeing in this world, Annamaya, which we are now considering it as Atman, we are now visualizing that. They are all born out of Annam. They are staying in Annam and they merge back into the Annam. So now the question comes, it looks little paradox unless we understand what is meant here by Annam. This is very, very important, most important point. Here You have seen when we were discussing in this floor, in this forum, the Tattva Bodha, we had seen the body and the universe. Body and the universe, and we had called grass body, and this is called Veshti, and Samashti is the grass universe. This is called Pindanda, this is called Brahmanda. Veshti, Samashti. The limited grass body is what we are seeing, and the things and beings, and there is the grass universe. Here we called it as Vishwa, and in the universe we call Virat. I hope you are still remembering those terminology. Vishwa, Virat. Please don't miss it, because this we require for the entire discussion of this Upanishad. Vishwa is the micro, Virat is the macro. And here Annam represents Virat, and the body is Vishwa. And here also we saw in the subtler level, Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Antaryami or Ishvara. Grass, subtle, causal, universe. And in the Veshti, limited, we had Vishwa, Tejasa, Prajna. I hope you are still, I am very happy you are still remembering. Now here, when we say Anna, it means universe. Here we are referring to the grass universe only. So what we are supposed to do, all the things in the beings here, their grass body is born out of grass universe. But it is in fact nothing but the universe only, the limited what we are seeing. So what we have to do, in the last class what we discussed, Shiraha, Dakshina Paksha, Uttara Paksha, when you start seeing in the micro, you have to see the macro. Are you understanding? The micro meditation that we did on the body, there we have to see the universe, Vishwa. So now look at that. Now I think we will understand it a little better. Anna, this is born out of universe. In the world, the first we had only the universe. From the universe, all the bodies on the earth, they came. In fact, they are nothing but that only. Look at that. Look at our grass body now. What is it made out of? It is made out of the 5 basic elements. Sthula Sharira. I am referring only to the grass body, Sthula Sharira. We have got the earth, the Bhumihi. We have got the water content. We have got the fire. We have got the Vayu. And we are occupying space. When a person dies, what will happen? This portion goes back to the earth. And the prana merges there. Now Vayu, Prithvi, earth merges, and then Vayu, inside air, merges with the air outside. And we have got the fire, and body becomes cold. That fire portion merges to the fire, and water portion goes back to the water, and we have occupied space that merges into the space. Now this is the grass body, and this is nothing. Look at the macrocosm, the whole universe. I am not referring to only to the earth. The whole universe grass matter is made out of the same 5 basic elements, Pancha Maha Bhutas. So now you will understand Annatvai Praja Prajayante Ya Kascha Pradivigam Sita Ato Anneneva Jivanti. That means Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Karana of the bodies is Samashti universe. Is called Virat. Because we are now sticking with only the grass bodies are born out of the gross universe, they remain in the gross universe and they merge back into the gross universe. That is what is made Jivanti, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Karana is, in this case, Annam. What we are seeing the other is Annamaya. Annamaya, we understood the definition is Annamaya, like Swarnamaya, is an ornament, is made out of gold. Similarly, Annamaya, the whole creation, is made out of Annam. Annam here means Virat. Okay. That means Virat is the Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Karanam, is called Upadana Karanam. Now it also says, Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam. What does it mean? Jeshtam, you have heard the term Jeshtaputra. Means what? Elder. For Dasharatha, Sri Rama was the Jeshta Putra. That means he is the elder one. Means what? One, in this context we must understand it as Jeshtam is one who is a elder. In other words, that was present, existed before other things. So, do you understand now? Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam means what? That existed before. Annam means what? Virat. Gross universe existed much before the gross bodies. So what are we doing? We are doing the meditation on Annamaya as Atma. Please don't lose the track. Annamaya Atma we are seeing. When you are seeing Annamaya Atma, I have to meditate Annam. Virat is superimposed on the bodies. Annam hi bhutanam jeshtam. Elder one. It existed. And that means Annam is everywhere, all pervading. And then next is one with this concept. We have to start meditating on the Annam. This is the purpose. Because we are trying to have Atma Jnana. We are now having Annamaya as Atma. When we are seeing Annamaya, right now we are not interested in Om. We are into the first step of ladder. In the first step for us, Annamaya is Atma. But on that Annamaya Atma, we have to superimpose Virat by seeing the glory of Annam. Now, what is the other glories of Annam? Right now, Annam is the Karanam, whereas Annamaya is the effect. So, Anna number one is Karanatvam. It is the cause of all these things. Number one, we also saw it is present everywhere in all the things and beings. That means it is Sarvagatam. It is pervading everywhere. And this is also Jeshtatvam, which is present before anything. Jeshta, one which is earlier. And then one more thing he is giving. Tasmat Sarvaushada Muchyate. What is Aushadam? Aushadam is, this I understand, has come from the word Aushaha. Osha is the fire. Fire, you know, there are two kinds of the fire. The external fire and the internal fire. Here, what is the internal fire in us? We have the Jhataragni inside us. And that Aushadam means one which quenches, which satisfies the Jhataragni. Aushadam. Aushadam. One which quenches the fire. We have the fire. I hope daily you are doing ahuti. Whether the homa there or not, daily you are doing homa. Suppose you, for example, you say, no, I don't do havan to the Agni. Agni is where? Inside. Suppose for some you don't do home at all, what will happen? There is hunger. There are various acids. Acids, powerful acids are inside. If a person vomits, that can burn things. Though so many acids are inside. And if you don't do homa daily, that Agni will start eating all the inside. So, we are putting what? Oshadi means annam is one which will quench, quench the fire inside us. And that also is annam. So, Aushadim annam. So, he says, Tasmat sarvam ve te annam apnuvanti. Everything you get, these annam hi bhutanam jeshtam tasmat sarvoshadam uchyate. Now, here two things are given. We will take it slightly later. Ye annam brahmopasate. Sarvam vai te annam apnuvanti, we will take little later because there is some more. Annat bhutani jayant. I will come to those two lines little later. So he says, what we have to do? We have to meditate on Veshti, Shiraha. What we saw in the last class. On that, I have to do the meditation of the Virat. For us, the first step is Annamaya is Atman. We want to reach that Supreme Parabrahman. As a first step of the ladder, we have taken Annamaya as Atma, and we are seeing on that the Virat. Visualize on our body the Vishwa, the Virat. On the Vesti, we are seeing the Samasti. On the flag, we are seeing the nation. Like that. And thus, sarvam ve te annam apnuvanti is, ye annam brahma upasate, means whoever does this meditation starts seeing the Brahman everywhere. And there are two benefits. The Upanishad says, he will get all types of annam. Whatever he wants, to whatever quantity he wants, he will get material benefits. In other words, all the material benefits he gets. When you are doing with Sakama Upasana. In Upasanas, there are two. Sakama and Nishkama. All. Whether it is Satyanarayana Puja or some Puja, Im Puja, there are only two purposes. One is Sakama and Nishkama. When you do the Sakama Upasana, then you will get all, if you do it properly, without any change in the rules. Perfectly you must do. Suppose in a Sakama Upasana, if you make some mistakes, Upanishad says, you will not only not get, but you will get ulta, counterproductive. So that is why they say, you must do like this, like that. In the case of Sakama Upasana, be very, very careful. Do it strictly. So many bricks, so many like this first, that first. Meticulous, enormous rules are mentioned. And only if it is done properly, then you get all those desires, material. And suppose you don't variation, either in the technique or in the mantra chanting. Mantra chanting, there is a lopa. Kriya lopa, mantra lopa, all this, any lopa is there, then you will not get the result, and it becomes counterproductive when you do it. But here we belong to a kind of people, none of us want Sakama Upasana. What we want is Nishkama Upasana. Then what will happen? Like we have said many times, when you do Upasana of Virat on the Annamaya Atma, Then, for me, Annamaya itself is Atman. Then, you will get Chitta Ekagrata, Chitta Vishalata, Chitta Shuddhi. Mind becomes broader. Look at that. Broader means what? On a limited body, see. I want you to experience this. On a limited body, you are seeing the whole Virat, the whole universe Sthula. And do you think your mind becomes broad? It certainly becomes broad. And you will become single pointed, mind becomes pure, and then you get what is called as Jnana, Yogyata, Siddhi. So this is the benefit of Nishkama Upasana. So number one. And then it also says, Annad, there is a repetition of few, you will see in that. Anna, again he says, Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam. It was mentioned on the top, once more it is mentioned. Repetition in Vedanta, repetition is not a crime. For these rishis wants us to understand it better, they tell it a number of times. So we must understand. Annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam. And then he says, Tasmat sarva aushadamuchyate, it is repeated. And then Annad bhutani jayante, that we have seen. Jadani annena vardante. This Annamaya is there. And then Adyateti cha bhutani. Adyate, and there are two words. Adyate and Atti. Adyate, see that word. Adyate, one word. Atti. Adyate, split it into two. Adyate and Atti. Means one which is the eater, another which is the eaten. Eater and eaten. Anna is both eater and eaten. I hope all of us know eating, you know. We eat annam, we can understand. Anna, we eat. But how is it, how it consumes us? When you die, hopefully, when you die, what will happen to this physical? It will be eaten by and that is annam. So anna is both eater and the eaten. I hope we understand. No doubts. So this is called, therefore food is adyate and atti cha bhutani tasmat annam tat uchyata iti. Very, very important. Annam is that. Is what? Atma. Annam is tasmat annam tat uchyata iti. That one portion is ending. The upasana of Annama is open. That means what? This is the first step, because we have to see, when you really do this properly, Anna is nothing but that supreme. We are trying to do the meditation of the Annamaya. Annamaya is nothing but what? Annam. Vishwa that we are seeing in this world is nothing but Virat, and that is called that supreme Brahman, Atman. That is the first step. So now what is our understanding? We have got the five koshas: Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya kosha. Now Annamaya is for us Atman, and we are seeing in that shape, Shiraha, Dakshina, Uttara, Paksha, Bhucha, we are seeing that Virat. Please do this meditation for some time in the house, then you will appreciate that. Now, first step is over. I have said we have got a staircase. First step we thought is Annam. So we have taken that as Atma. Upanishad wants us to go higher. It is as I told you, the whole technique of this Taittiriya Upanishad, this particular Taittiriya Upanishad is famous for Pancha Kosha Viveka. We are trying to see, first we say Annamaya is Atman, do Upasana, and then slowly is something like you have got this, you have got the ground. The first step here we have got as Annamaya as Atman. Having got full both our legs on this Annamaya Kosa, which we thought is the Atman only. Now we have to slowly lift our leg to the next step. We will see that now. Read and follow. Tasmad va etasmad annarasamayat. Repeat. Etasmad annarasamayat anyontara atma pranamaya tenaisha purnaha savayesha purusha vidayeva tasya purusha vidatam अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणपक्षः अपान उत्तरपक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथिवी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदस्येष श्लोको भवति. We'll read it together. Tasmadva. Tasmadva etasmad annarasamayat anyontara atma pranamaya tenaisha purnaha savayesha purusha vidayeva tasya purusha vidatam अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणपक्षः अपान उत्तरपक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथिवी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. We had seen, understood, thought, realized that Annamaya is Atma. What is our ultimate? We want to realize Brahman, the Supreme Brahman consciousness, Brahma apnoti param. But we are going step by step. First step, Annamaya Atma, we consider as Atma because there we superimposed Virat Annam on the Annamaya Atma. Now, he says, Upanishad says, no, as we are seeing something different. This Anna is an effect. This Sthula is nothing, is an effect. So, obviously, there must be some other cause. The whole Upanishad is on this technique, Karya Karana Sambandha. Karana, the effect, Karana, the cause, Karyam is the effect. We had thought this is the Karanam. But now we see this Annamaya has got something different. Now we are seeing Tasmat, whatever is seeing now, Etasmat Annarasamayat Anyontara Atma Prana Mayaha. Two words are there. Number one, Etasmat Annarasamayat Anyaha means different from, number one. Antara, inside, we have the Pranamaya Atma. Now we have understood. We thought Annamaya is the cause, but now we see it is an effect. Because it is an effect, there must be a cause. So, all our journey used to find out the cause, ultimately we must come to a causeless cause, for which there is no other cause. Now, Annamaya is not Atma, because now what has happened? It is now what was the Atma has now become Anatma. What was a Karana has become Karya. So, because of this definition, it has become Anatma, it has become Karya. And because of this, Anatma Nishchayaha for, and then we also had Karyatva Nishchayaha, and because of that, we have the Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa, it has got a name and form. The Virat has got the name and form, and because it has got a Nama Rupa, then there must be something different. It is not because it is changing, it is an apparent reality, it has got a dependent existence. In Vedanta we call it as Mithyam. And the fourth one, because it is, fifth one, because it has got a borrowed existence, it is as good as non-existence. Please let me remember these words, 4 words. Number 1, 5. One is, can you repeat with me? Anatma Nishchaya. Please repeat. Anatma Nishchaya. Second, Karyatva Nishchaya. Second, Nama Rupascha Nishchaya. Mityascha Nishchaya. Pravilapanam Nishchaya. They are staged by Pravilapanam Nishchaya. We are trying to reach that. Now we have found out what we had thought Annamaya was Atman is now Anatman. Anatma. And it has also become an effect. It is no more the Karana, but it is the Karyam. It is not a cause, it is an effect. But we saw earlier, all these things are born out of, it is the born out of the universe, stays in the universe, merges back. From that angle we had thought Anna is the cause. Now we are seeing it is an effect. So it is Anatma, it is Karyatvam, and it has got a name and form. Anything which has got a form and shape cannot be Atman. It is not the reality. You have the gold. You have made out of the earrings, the bangle and this and that. When that form is there, that ornament is not real because it has got a name. If it has to be real, it has got to go beyond the name and Nama and Rupa. No name and no form. Similarly, it is like a wave and a ocean. Ocean vast, but a wave has got. It is born in the ocean, stays in the ocean, merges back into the ocean. Actually, does a wave cry when it reaches the ocean? Think. I want you to think. Answer yourself. Does a wave cry when it is merges into the ocean? No. Because, in fact, it was ocean itself. It was a mithya that it was, we thought it as a wave. The moment we realize, so nobody cries. If you understand that carefully, I will tell you, the benefit that will happen when you do this meditation, you will, I give you a guarantee, you will lose that fear of death. Carefully. What else? You will have no marana bhaya. No, all of us are have fear. I will die. Some of us are afraid that I will die. Some of us are afraid of death of others. This fear of death, carefully, is something like you crying for when a wave reaches the sea. Ocean. Is it not? This limited body becomes, actually it was a mithya, it was a non-existent. That's what I called it as Karyatva, Namarupatva. Mithya means it is not present. Appears in Vedanta, we use the word ghost and the post. Post, posteva satyam. But we are seeing clearly, out of ignorance, non-apprehension of post makes me believe that the ghost is real. Or Rajju Sarpa. Non-existence of, non-visualization of the reality of the rope makes me feel that snake is real. So, this is called Mithya. Now we have come to the next step where we have found out Annamaya. Lot of benefit is there. The moment you see it, if you really practice this from tomorrow, you will have no fear of death of either yourself or anybody. What is it after all? A wave is reaching this grass body. And that is why great people who meditated on that, who thought this reality, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, at his age of 16, I know all of you know that case well. He is not one who had read all the Vedas and Upanishads, bada, nothing. Maybe he has done his Purva Janma Samskara. But at that moment in his room, he thought he had a fear that I will die. Then, what will I? Then he says, okay, he stressed himself on it. Then what will happen? If I die, what will happen? This body, somebody will take. But something happen. Body will go, but nothing happens to me. That dawn of wisdom, that jnana came instantly. It can happen to you today if you are serious. Try to see, and not that you need to run out of your house, go to the same house, go to the same family, be there. But you live a different change in attitude, life. So, this visualization of this Annamaya Kosha will make us realize that it is Mithyam. And Pravilapanam, you will find that this is non-existent. Ghost is non-existent. Snake is not existent. Wave is non-existent. Similarly, this is Annamaya is non-existent. Then what is happening? Anyantara. Inside you have got what is called as the Pranamaya. So we are going to the next step. Now we are seeing Pranamaya Atma. That is the reality. Pranamaya Atma. So now what has become, what was Atma before? Annamaya. Now what has it become? Anatma. Anatma, all the other definition, Anatma because of Karyatvam, Namarupatvam, Mithyatvam, Pravilapanam. It is a non-existent. What was Atman has become Anatman. First step gone. Now, next step. We are seeing Pranamaya as the Atma. Anya, Antara, Atma, Pranaha. Tenaisha, Purnaha. This, one more definition that we have understood is, when we say inner, it means subtler, subtler. And one more definition is, subtler is more pervading. Subtle, please don't miss these definitions. In Vedanta, if you have to understand this, this subtler pervades the grass. Now, look at this prana, look at this body. The grass body is here. You don't need to go separately to find out Vedanta anywhere. When you look at the body, prana pervades every part of this body. So that is number one. Anya tenaisha purnaha savayesha purusha ideva tasya purusha vidatam anvayam purusha vidaha. Now, we have to meditate on that, but this pranamaya has got no form or no shape. Then what we have to do? He says it takes the shape of the, this is like a container, the grass body. Pranamaya Atma is the content. The content, carefully, takes the shape of the container. Carefully. I think we have seen in your physics labs. You have got different shapes of, like glass things, vessels. One strike cylinder, another like this, like electrode, square one. When the water is filled in, water has got no shape, but when it is put, whatever vessel you are putting in, the water takes the shape of the vessel. If this is understood, then we understand here. What it says? It says, this is now something, pranamaya. It is said, what did you say? Anyaha antaraha. It is different from annamaya. It is inside, meaning subtler, and it pervades and it controls. Controls, very, very important. Pranamaya controls the annamaya. It controls, and we have to visualize. What we do is we are going to take it in the shape of a anna. Whatever because pranamaya has got no shape, it takes the shape of the purusha, the grass body. What is the grass body? Go to the first one. Shiraha, Lakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma Pucham. Head, right wing, the left wing, the torso, and the bottom portion. And this, he says, prana, tasya prana eva shiraha. Now we have got the 5. One prana will function in 5 different ways. Same prana functions, so it gets the name. The pancha pranas are called prana, apana, vyana, samana, udana. Prana, the perceptive physiological function, that through which I perceive things. Tasya prana eva shiraha. So what we have to do? Sit in meditation. Have the same human body. Shiraha. Because why? We can't comprehend this subtle, that is all. Don't take the literal one. Shiraha, there you see prana as the Atman. Prana, the perceptive. Now from the grass, we are now moving to subtler. Subtler, again we are seeing the limited, and what is the word that we used? Vishwa, Virat. And here we have got Tejasa and Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha. Don't miss those important technical terms. Now, Shira prana is the perceptive physiological function. That, because of which we are going to pursue. I hope all of us are able to see through the eyes, I am using the word through the eyes, through the ear, through the nose, through the tongue, through the skin. 4 of them is in our UP, Uttara Pradesh, UP elections. And skin is everywhere. And that through which I get these inputs, the form through the eyes, the sound through the ears, smell through the nose, touch through the tongue, and touch through the skin, that physiological function which helps me to get perception is called prana. Start visualizing it on the head. And then Vyana, Dakshina Pakshaha. You are going to meditate on the Vyanaha. Vyana is one which is everywhere. The what is called the circulatory system. Prana, will come to apana, he has given next. Vyanaha, prana, apana, vyana. Vyana is the circulatory system. The energy that is created by the food that you eat has to be distributed to all parts of the body. Where is it required? Yes, to the toe, to the head. One place, if it doesn't go, for some time, amputation. In people with diabetes, it doesn't reach, then there is no way you have to cut. Every minute, every second it should go there. That energy distribution to all parts of the body, that function is called the vyana. Apana, very, very important. That which helps us to excrete unwanted things from the body. It is necessary. Urine, stool, sweat, saliva, they come out. That, it is not the physical, that physiological functions in me which pushes these unwanted things, that physiological function is called the apana. And then why is it called Akasha Atma? Akasha Atma is, Akasha we have got a space inside, it is called Udara Akasha. Udara Akasha, here it means in this context, because always this Upanishads have to be learned by going to somebody, because in the read you will not, may misunderstand. In the inside, Akasha means space. Here we have to take it as Udara Akasha. And in the Udara Akasha, what is happening? All that we go, morning to evening, non-stop. Start. Only time that we don't eat is when you are sleeping. You are putting, and solids, liquid, bun, all is going. And poor fellow, what is digesting? What? The Udara Akasha. And that physiological function which called, which is digestive, is called Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana. I know. Samana. And here you will find there is no mention of Udana. There is no mention of, because perhaps the Upanishads thought this doesn't always happen. Udana is that reverse process, like tears coming. Fortunately, it doesn't come always regularly. Or vomiting. This, once in a way it happens, not regular, that is called the Udana. And then here he said, now we are saying, Tasya Purusha Vidatam, Anvayam Purusha Vida, Tasya Prana Eva Shiraha, read that, Vyano Dakshina Pakshaha, Apana Uttara Pakshaha. Here you will see what? Samana, Akasha, Atma. You visualize Udana also. Prithvi Pucham Pratishtha. There he says the lower portion, it is called the lower part of the body, Prithvi Pucham Pratishtha. There Upanishad wants us to understand as Prithvi Devata. He says understand it as a gravitational power, gravitational force. So, what we have to do? We have to meditate. Now, we have to meditate Pranamaya as Atma. See what? The whole Hiranyagarbha in Tejasa. Tejasa is the, please remember these words, Vishwa Virat. Tejasa Hiranyagarbha. Prajna root, Ishvara. Like that. So, gross, subtle, causal, universe, gross, subtle, causal bodies. Now, you will find there is a similarity in, we have to see the gross work of the entire universe settled in the limited prana. So, meditate on, actually I am meditating on the Pranamaya Atma. But Pranamaya Atma has got no shape. So what are we using? The Purusha, like the container takes the shape, content takes the shape of the container. We are seeing this content, prana, visualizing it in the container. See, this is the container. The content is prana, and we are knowingly visualizing it as Atma. When you see that, you will further evolve, and it's a great evolution. And he says, Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. There is a following Rug mantra. which gives more details about this. Tadapyesha shloko bhavati. So now what did we do first? We took first Annamaya as Atma, and then we put all that, and what did we see there? The Annamaya. Anna is the cause, Annamaya is the effect. On the effect, Karyam, we saw the Karanam. Karanam, we saw the Virat in that, and when we started meditating, we thought this Annamaya itself has the Atman, the first step of the ladder of our evolution. After seeing that, we realized that there is something higher, because this has become, what was the Karana has become Karyam. What was the Atma, Annamaya Atma has become Anatma. It has become Mithya, Pravilapan. And now we went to the Pranamaya. Now we are seeing Pranamaya as Atman, and on that Prana we are superimposing it on the grass body, but we are seeing the whole subtle universe, Hiranyagarbha, into that. So when we do it further, we will see what happens in the next. We will go to step by step. Maybe in about 5 sessions, we will reach him or realize him. So hopefully 2 steps we have crossed. It's a good major step. Okay, we close with Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrutyorma Mrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.